G'day Freo fans, it's Alex Pearce here, coming at you live from Marvel Stadium, where I've just had the AFL Captain's Day. It's been a good day, plenty of interviews, plenty of photos. Looking at the Oval now, where we'll be in a bit over a week's time, round one, when we play the Saints. I know we've got some questions coming through, so we'll get to them now. What do we got, Brett?
Alex, let's start with a softball. Paul Fix has put it to you, 22 Alex Pearces versus 22 Brennan Coxes. Who wins and why?
Alex Pearce. He just outsmart Brennan Cox, I think. That many Alexes have just be able to work together and just get inside Brennan's head. I think that's pretty confident on that one.
Jordan Clark has just messaged saying the Aussies are 0 for 15. Any comment on that?
That's a good start. Very good start. Just get through the first hour, I reckon. That's what we like to say. For the Aussies, get the hard work done, then we'll cash in later.
And Lukey Ryan says, you look beautiful, although you've put the hair away.
Yeah, look, if you have some requests, I can get the hair up, but thank you, Luke. I know I do.
On back to our members, Nick Maraska wants to know if you have approached the captaincy so far, how you have approached it, knowing that this year comes with an increased level of expectation.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think approaching the captaincy this year, being new to the role and learning how I'm best going to do it has been important to me. So taking some time to work with the leaders, particularly we've got some new leaders in our leadership group, and a lot of my time, or a lot of our time, has been working out how we're best going to lead, what we can do to really help the group improve, what sort of relationship we're going to have with the coaches, and how we can best manage the coaches and players relationship. So yeah, we try to use these couple of weeks to really make sure we're functioning really well, so that when we get to round one and we progress through the season, when we have some highs and lows, which always tend to happen during a season, the leadership group is strong and stable, and we can help keep us going to where we want to.
Jacinta McManus with the hot topic. What is your hair routine? What products do you use?
I actually ran out of hair products the other day, so I was looking to buy some new ones. Look, condition it and wash it once a week if I'm lucky. That's about it. Get in the salt water.
Now, I know you're a massive Arsenal fan in the EPL. Daniel Simpson asks, will Arsenal win the Premier League?
I think they will win the league. Yeah, I got a bit nervous a couple of weeks ago, but after a couple of good wins, against Aston Villa and I think Bournemouth the other day, I think we're a good chance.
Throwing back to some footy, Brady Sonnenberg comes in with, do you have a favourite round of the regular season that you love to play in?
Brady, thanks. Oh, there's a few. Indigenous round is always really special. Our club does Indigenous round so well, and it's always a really special round for, I think, all players, particularly the Indigenous players in the group. And because I've helped design the jersey this year, that one's going to be special as well. Anzac Day is another round which the club really gets behind and our fans really get behind. It's a really special moment when we're out there listening to the ode, and probably I think definitely those two.
On the Indigenous theme, one here from Liam O'Grady, and I'm not sure if you've given this any thought as of yet, but will round 2 v North Melbourne have any further significance for you when you and Jai Simpkin as two Indigenous captains play each other?
Yeah, not something I've thought about. I guess it'd be nice. I don't know who's going to do the toss for that round that week, him or Lukey McDonald. It was Lukey McDonald at Captain's Day, so it'd be nice to be able to toss the coin and win the toss against Jai Simpkin.
Maddie Latto would like to know who is your best mate at the club.
Oh, I don't really want to upset anyone here. Trav Colley's a pretty good mate, and Matt Taverner. They're probably two. Hope I haven't upset any of the other boys. Sorry, Shooter.
Sorry, Shoot. Alex, are you a Star Wars man?
Huge Star Wars man.
Okay, so Nick McGuire has asked, if you were a Jedi, what colour would your lightsaber be?
Green. Oh, actually, I'd like purple. Makes me new style, something a little bit unique. I liked Matt.
I like that. Live question here from Freo Girl 66. How much of a positive influence has Jacob O'Meara been since his short time at the club? He's in the leadership group.
Yeah, we're 100%. You've obviously made a big impact. If in your first couple of months you've made the leadership group. Jacob has a lot of experience playing multiple clubs, multiple leadership groups, I'm pretty sure. He's brought a real intensity and willingness to improve, and he prepares as well as I've seen anyone in the AFL system. But probably more than anything, he's just a really good bloke, good to have a beer with, which is important. So it's just great to add good people to the footy club.
Nicole Wattam takes us into the kitchen now. What's your specialty signature dish?
I like a risotto. Seafood risotto is probably my favourite. Probably can't talk about him in this scene, but Griffin Logue used to be a big fan of it, but he gets no more food cooked for him. Just so the fans know, no food for Griff.
I saw Griffin Logue just joined, so he said that at the perfect time. Shay O'Halloran, the nickname Moose, where has that come from?
Yeah, I wish I had a good story for this, but unfortunately it's just been passed down from my old man. He was nicknamed Moose when he was a kid. I think his brothers gave it to him growing up, and then when I got to sort of high school years, everyone just started calling me Moose, and it's followed me over here, so yeah, that's it.
Griffin Logue said, I like the seafood risotto, so there you go.
I know he does.
Sasha Russell has written in to ask, on a travel trip, what are some of the things that you get up to either keep yourself busy or help prepare yourself for the game ahead?
Yeah, so I always like to just catch up with mates, whichever city we're in. So often we're in Melbourne. I've got lots of ex-teammates who are in and around town, so blokes like Griff, might catch up with him maybe. I've got a lot of friends from Tassie that live in Melbourne, so it's nice to be able to take a chance to catch up with people for a coffee and link up when you often don't get a chance to see them. So yeah, I've usually got some friends in each state, so that's always nice. And then to prepare for the game, there's not too much really. I like to just stay relaxed and stay fresh. We have our meeting the day before the game, and yeah, there's not too much really, no superstitions or anything like that.
D. Kawira on the Instagram Live has asked, what other languages do you speak? Do you speak any other languages?
No other languages. I'd love to, but not yet. I think Spanish is one I'd probably like to learn, but yeah, nothing yet.
Tori Patricelli has asked, who hypes up the boys the most on game days?
Ooh. I'd like to think that I do sometimes. Sonny Walters is a bit of a hype man at times. He gets quite intense, quite aggressive. I don't know, used to like Hayden Ballantyne used to get really angry and just like bump everyone, and it used to be funny because people would see him coming and they'd get out of the way because they didn't want to get hurt by Ballas before a game. Yeah, maybe we need someone to take up that mantle.
Are you a Pokemon fan, Alex?
Oh, I used to be, not huge, but you can ask away.
Nick Pressy in the comments has asked you for your favourite one.
Favourite one was a big Charizard fan. Back in the day, like old school Pokemon, Squirtle, Blastoise.
It's a lot of words I don't understand. Another one in the comments by Wesley Abramoff. Have you ever had any anxiety while playing football or leading in? And if so, ways to deal with it?
100%. There's been times when I'd get really anxious and really more than just nervous before a game, and a lot of that was due to just overplaying the game and thinking about it too much, which is probably why I mentioned before that before a game I just try and like to stay relaxed and do something else, because if I overthink the game too much pressure on myself, there's been times when right before a game I get incredibly sort of anxious and sort of don't want to be there. So it's something I've had to work on, and particularly as a leader and captaining last year, like that pressure was sort of even more intense. So it's definitely something that I've worked on, and I try and sort of get to some guys and speak to people before a game to help relax me. Guys like Brendan Cox, Luke Ryan, Nathan Wilson, they're guys they're good to just have a bit of a chat with, and they help relax me at times.
Daniela White in the comments, either yourself or someone you've seen in the locker room, but any weird pre-game rituals from any of the boys that stand out?
Liam Henry eats Vegemite at like half time to help with cramp, allegedly. I don't know if it works, but I think that's about it. I think Sonny might do something like put his boots on at certain times, but no, Liam, that's probably the weirdest one.
The Vegemite's a good one. One here from Dominic Lech Fancelli. He's asked about some of your favourite bands, so I'm going to change his question slightly. If you were in charge of selecting one band or artist to play at halftime of a game at Optus Stadium, who would you go for?
Wow, what a... Oh, that's a lot of pressure. Gang of Youths is probably one of my absolute favourites. so probably them. But I don't know. There's lots of good WA bands around. I think they would suit Optus Stadium pretty well. Anything like Death by Denim, Great Gable, big Freo guys are Great Gable boys. Spacey Jane, obviously. Stella Donnelly, although I really like Stella, probably not going to hype the crowd up too much, but she'll just serenade everyone. Yeah, there's a few.
It's a big halftime performance.
Yeah, halftime concert, festival, let's say.
Can you say hi, Chloe Smedley?
Hi, Chloe Smedley.
There you go. What's the best golf course you've ever played on? Are you much of a golfer?
Yeah, I've played a bit of golf. I was recently, when I was back in Tassie over Christmas, I flew to King Island and played golf at Cape Wickham and Ocean Dunes. And Cape Wickham was the best course I've ever played. I've also played in Turnberry in Scotland when I was young. That was pretty good as well.
There you go. Daryl McPherson wants to know, sticking to that music theme as captain, do you get first dibs at the tunes in the locker room, or do you have a teammate that you designate that playlist to each week?
I don't. I would like to, but I feel like the boys would strike because they don't like some of my tunes, unfortunately. Blake Akers used to do the tunes, so we've got a new DJ this year. I think Sam Swikowski might be doing it. Has really good music taste. So I hope he sort of takes the reins. I'm pretty happy with email as long as it's not Sean Darcy. I just can't have Sean on the tunes. It's just like a So Fresh album from 2010. Can't do it.
I agree with that comment. One here in the comments from Charlie Pleater. Do you reckon there should be a Defensive Player of the Year award similar to in the NBA?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Heaps of them. One for each team. As many as there could be. I don't know how you would vote on it, but absolutely. Everyone else gets an award. Why don't we?
Speaking of defenders, Anthony Racco says he would love to see Joel Hamling play this year. What do you think?
Yeah, I would love to see Joel Hamling play. I love playing alongside Joel. I guess it's tough at the moment with our defensive group. Like last year, we had a lot of guys in really good form, and this pre-season everyone is relatively injury free. So yeah, it's really good to have guys vying for spots, but unfortunately it means that some players miss out. But yeah, I really hope I get to play alongside Joel this year in the purple.
I know you're a big traveller. Matthew Arnold here in the comments has asked, where in the world would you want to play an AFL game?
Ooh, that's a good question. Actually, on my travels, I was in Iceland and I met a huge Freo supporter who was from the Netherlands. So I reckon let's go to the Netherlands and bring footy there. So my Dutch mate can come and watch.
A few more to wrap, Moose. Matt Thwaite would like to know if you're going to get Nathan O'Driscoll on these bone broth diets to sort out the hotspot on his foot.
It's interesting. I was chatting to Drizzy about his sort of hotspots and stuff. I haven't gone to him with the bone broth yet, but that's something I'll do. So thanks for that. I'll get to Drizzy. I think he should. I've been on the bone broth again recently, so just making sure I top things up and make sure I'm in prime condition.
Perfect. Thank you to everyone who's jumped on Instagram to tune in today as we wrap. The final one for you, Moose. Lee Colshine has asked for you, the breakout player of the pre-season in your eyes. Who is set for a big 2023?
It's such a hard question. I've been asked that a little bit today. Probably because I get to look at him closely, but Josh Tracy has just been going after every session. It's been super hard to play against. He's kicked a few goals on me, unfortunately. Josh Tracy, and he's played really well the last couple of weeks. He's the man.
Live from your very first Captain's Day. Thank you, Moose.
Thanks for having me, Freo fans.